create a YouTube video using this script, # table of contents, a gruesome discovery, Carol and Angel, a mother and daughter's bond, the unraveling, a day of horror, Ryan Vitanzos, a shadow of suspicion, whispers on the street, eyewitness accounts, the long arm of the law, the investigation, a community in mourning, the ripple effect, 10 years on, the unending quest for justice, written by Jessica Soho, Capuso Mo, Jessica Soho. # Section 1, a gruesome discovery. It was a day that would forever stain the streets of Caloocan City. The morning of September 16th, 2014, dawned like any other, but as the sun climbed higher, a chilling discovery sent shockwaves through the community. 2 lifeless bodies lay sprawled inside a modest home, their stillness a stark contrast to the bustling city outside. They were identified as Carol Suizo and her young daughter, Angel. The news spread like wildfire, igniting fear and sorrow in its wake. A wave of grief washed over Caloocan, leaving the community reeling from the brutality of the crime. The sight that greeted the authorities was nothing short of horrific. Carol, a loving mother, had suffered multiple stab wounds, her body a testament to the savage attack. Little Angel, barely old enough to understand the cruelty of the world, had met the same tragic fate. The brutality of their death sent a shiver down the spines of even the most seasoned investigators. The usually bustling neighborhood fell silent, the air thick with apprehension and dread. Who could commit such a heinous act, and why? # Section 2, Carol and Angel. A mother and daughter's bond. Carol Suizo was the heart of her family. A single mother, she worked tirelessly to provide for her beloved Angel. Neighbors knew her as a kind and hard-working woman, always ready with a smile and a helping hand. Her life revolved around her daughter, and their bond was unbreakable. They were 2 peas in a pod, inseparable and always there for each other. Angel, with her infectious laughter and bright eyes, was the apple of her mother's eye. She brought joy to everyone around her. A bright and curious child, she had dreams of becoming a teacher, eager to share her love for learning with the world. Her innocence made the crime even more unbearable. The thought of her bright future being cruelly snatched away was too much to bear. The community mourned the loss of their light, their laughter silenced forever. The day began like any other for Carol and Angel. They had breakfast together, the sound of their laughter filling their small home. Carol left for work, promising Angel a special treat later that day. It was a simple routine, a testament to the normalcy they cherished. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. As the hours ticked by, a sense of unease settled over their neighborhood. Carol, usually punctual, hadn't returned home from work. Her phone calls went unanswered, fueling the growing anxiety. Concern turned to alarm when neighbors noticed signs of a struggle inside Carol's home. The door was slightly ajar, and a chilling silence hung in the air. Fear gave way to horror as they stumbled upon the gruesome scene inside. As investigators pieced together the events leading up to the murders, one name surfaced repeatedly: Ryan Vitanzos. A shadowy figure lurking on the edges of Carol's life, Vitanzos had been a frequent visitor to their home. His relationship with Carol remains shrouded in mystery, a tangled web of speculation and rumor. Some whispered of a romantic relationship gone sour, while others spoke of unpaid debts and simmering resentment. His last visit to Carol's home was particularly chilling. Neighbors reported seeing him enter the house just hours before the bodies were discovered. He was seen leaving in a hurry, his face pale and demeanor agitated. The authorities immediately identified Vitanzos as a person of interest, eager to unravel the truth behind his connection to the victims. In the aftermath of the tragedy, the neighborhood buzzed with hushed whispers and speculation. Fear hung heavy in the air as neighbors, united by grief and fear, shared fragments of information, desperate to make sense of the senseless. An elderly woman, her voice trembling with emotion, recounted seeing a man matching Vitanzos' description arguing with Carol days before the murder. A young boy, his eyes wide with fear, remembered hearing screams coming from Carol's home on the night of the murder. Another neighbor claimed to have seen Vitanzo speeding away from the crime scene in a dark-colored car, his face hidden from view. These eyewitness accounts, though fragmented, painted a disturbing picture, deepening the mystery surrounding the murders. The Caloocan City Police Department faced immense pressure to solve the heinous crime that had shaken the community to its core. The investigation was meticulous, with forensic teams combing through every inch of the crime scene for clues. Every piece of evidence, no matter how small, was carefully collected and analyzed, hoping to find the missing link that would lead them to the perpetrator. Days turned into weeks, and the investigation intensified. The authorities conducted countless interviews, meticulously piecing together the timeline of events leading up to the murders. They chased down every lead, determined to bring the perpetrator to justice. Despite their tireless efforts, the case remained unsolved, leaving the community on edge, haunted by the unanswered questions.